What we're doing with this deck is we're exploring the different ways that you can use the learn mechanic, because obviously you see the sideboard, we've got a wish board with a bunch of learn stuff, plus best of 3 sideboard too. But we've got a wish board with a bunch of learn stuff. But mostly in this deck, what we're kind of hoping to do is leverage the rummage mode on learn, right? Discard and then draw. Because we can discard a Vorinclex or hopefully a Koma and get it out of our yard with Return Upon the Tide or Unbreakable Bond. Now, Bond costs 5 mana, but it always gives the creature a lifelink counter, which is very good. It's really good. Return Upon the Tide, note that we don't have any elves in our deck, so we don't really care about this elf garbage line of text here. What we care about is that we can play this on turn 4. So the way we've got it drawn up is to play Hunt for Specimens, Cram Session, or Divide by Zero, or even Field Trip. Hopefully the way we do this is we Hunt for Specimens or Cram Session on turn 2. On turn 3, we foretell the Return Upon the Tide, and then on turn 4, we Return Upon the Tide of Koma. Hopefully we do all this on the play, and our opponent doesn't have any sort of immediate reaction to it. So there's a lot of hoping with this deck. It makes me wonder if Reanimator can still even like be a thing in this day and age. They just reanimate one big fat creature. But in the case of Koma, it can be kind of tough to deal with if your opponent doesn't have like an immediate instant speed answer and mana open for it and all that. So kind of hopefully counting on that a little bit. The deck has been like pretty fun, although the only real way to win is by having a big creature out. There's not a whole lot of flexibility in our game plan, right? Like we can learn for something and maybe win with a Fractal Summoning or a Mascot Exhibition, something like that. But it ain't going to happen too often. Really, we're just hoping to win off of Koma. You know, we've got Vorinclex in here because it's a big hasty threat that has trample. Goes pretty well with Binding the Old Gods and stuff. Great on turn 4, right? So there's all that. Field Trip, a little bit of ramp. Divide by Zero, just a very good spell. It's a really good spell, in case you haven't seen it. Cram Session, gain some life, keep us in the game until we can enact our plan. Hunt for Specimens creates a blocker and also learns, and Eliminate is just good removal. So I think this deck probably needs a more versatile plan, right? Like if they just take care of our big creatures that we reanimate, we're in trouble. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit more board presence from the deck, a little bit more dimension in terms of threats, and just overall plan, because it's really linear at the moment, and I don't love that in the current standard, where like every deck has a million ways to kill you. So there's that. But hopefully we're just doing the old Reanimator trick of leveraging a huge threat on a turn where we're not supposed to have it, and that just creates a ridiculous amount of effectively tempo. All right, so we're going to try for it. Shadow's Verdict is now in the deck where it was not originally. We absolutely need this card or we're just done. It turns out I've won far more games since I put this card in. But altogether, again, the deck has been relatively middling, and I already can diagnose the problems with it. I'm just not really sure what to take out. Field Trip can probably come out. I'm just not sure for what. More removal, more solid threats, something like that. But so far, the deck has been really fun to play. And I've always really liked the Reanimator plan of just like a big dumb guy you can't deal with on turn 4. Go, right? So we're going to try for it tonight and see if we can pick up some games with it. Although I'm not expecting all that much. But that's what streams are for. That's precisely what streams are for. So let's get in there, see what chat's talking about. Oh, Riskit McBiscuit extended their Tier 1 subscription through May. Nice. Thank you, Riskit. You're awesome, too. Missed my chance to talk about WWE and Keith Lee being cryptic in his return. Oh, I did not see Keith Lee return. Did not see that. I didn't see NXT tonight, so if they're bringing him back to NXT, I'm mad about that. I think Jadzy could work in this too, possibly. Time Walk could be intriguing too. Yeah, I like the idea of Jadzy in this. Jadzy probably should be in this deck, right? All right, so we don't have anything to dump into our yard, but I guess we have Hunt for Specimens to try to find something. We can probably trash one of these lands. I don't know. I'll take it for now. I'm not super confident in it, but we'll lead on Zagoth Trion that gives us all the colors we need. Up against Giganta here, which often means either, well, I was going to say either Teamer, which we might be up against here. Either Teamer or Red-Black. And it's not Red-Black, so I'm going to assume Teamer for now. All right, so real question here is which one of these pathways do we want? Which one can we dump? We can probably dump a Bark Channel because we have 2, right? What do we want out of you? Guess I'll take green out of the Dark Boar. Hunt for Specimens. It's like, I think we want to draw a card here. It's like they're bored. They have Lovestruck Beast over there, so we might want Necrotic Fumes at some point. I could see that. If they get Great Hinge, we might want Containment Breach too. But I think I'm going to dump a land for now and try to draw into a big guy. Cram Session. The cool thing about Learn is that you can dump stuff and try to draw into stuff you don't have, which I'm kind of hoping for here. Deck might need more than 6 reanimatable creatures. There's a big guy. Thank you. I needed that. So I guess I'll take the blue mana. Well, I'll get blue from the Bark Channel. That's what we'll do. And I could Cram Session right now, or I could hold off and divide by 0, which I think is the better call here. I do believe it is. Now, I can't divide by 0 the token, but I can divide by 0 a Lovestruck Beast, and I think that's probably better. We can discard the Koma and hopefully nab a reanimation spell. That would be great. He may not just Lovestruck here. Oh, it's a Bastion. Okay, well, you know, let's get a little tempo, set their turn back. Let's go into our hand and discard the Koma. Get a Field Trip. Come on, we need a reanimation spell. 2 field trips in a row. That's not really what I expected. I do want this land drop. I think we want black. Good binding the token. I don't love that. They'll probably try and play the Bastion again next turn. We can binding that. So I think Field Trip is right. I think we want it more than Cram Session. I'll take some ramp. That way, once we do draw into more big creatures, we just play them, you know. Do I want to dump anything in my hand? Probably the other Field Trip. Is it important that we pick any of this stuff up? I guess the intro would be nice. We're also getting enough ramp to where Mascot Exhibition is a reality, you know. But I still like the idea of dumping Field Trip, trying to pick something up. Hunt for Specimens is better than Field Trip, I think. Binding will ramp us a little bit more. All right, we have 2 blue, 2 green. That's Koma. All right, we need to take care of the Sedgemoor Witch, or we could just Shadow's Verdict. I kind of want to wait on Verdict until Lovestruck Beast is down, to be honest. But I don't know if I want to give them a turn with Witch, so I think we use Binding here. Yeah, I'll take the, whatever, I'll take the 3. Thank you for asking. Appreciate that. Are the cats on the stack? No, they're not. How convenient. All right, opponent's just going to scoop it up. They're done playing this game because it looks like they're stuck on lands maybe a little bit. I'm still a little surprised they didn't play Lovestruck Beast there, right? Slightly. But we were being a little annoying, I think. What with divide by 0 into binding, that's you know, that's annoying. So we won our first one without having to really do much of anything, so we'll see what happens. Chris Perrin, you subbed to tier 1 for the last 7 months. 7 months of Twitch, 2 years of YouTube. Keep spreading love, my wizard. I will, Chris Perrin. You keep doing the same, my friend. You're a good man. I was loving it with just Wishboard. This is great news. Yeah, Mark. It turns out if you actually use the whole of the learn ability, it's like way, way better. Man, we actually go first twice. Our lands are a little... I don't love the land situation, but I'll take it. Zagoth on turn 1. At least we have 3 of them. One of them's even untapped. Shoot. I Twitch turn 1. I like where this is going. Zagoth Triome. I think it might just Zagoth again. Yeah. Not the fastest start in the world, but it's like, do we want Cram Session right now? One of the big reasons I didn't do that is because we might draw a big creature this turn, and we can discard that to Cram Session. Oh boy, Hunt for Specimens. They get a Pest Summoning. Okay, it's a Return Upon the Tide. We need a big thing. We need a big old thing. Which normally I'd be good for. I think I'll Field Trip here. Grab the Forest, and now what? So, I could probably dump a Cram Session here and be okay with that. I could maybe even dump the Fabled Passage. Do I want any of this? I don't think so. I think I'm okay with dumping a cram session. Oh, we got a land. Should have dumped the land. Knew it. Well, at least now maybe we can start, like, playing our big creatures once we do get them. So there's that. I'm not really worried about the opponent's onslaught right now. Sedgemoor I am worried about. We'll take 3 to that, but I don't care. Alright, we did get a Koma, though. That's cool. But I still don't think letting them have a turn with Sedgemoor out is a very good idea. So we'll end up going to 12 for doing this, but I think that's fine. Yes. Very nice of Arena to ask. What happens if I don't? So I just get a binding and they get to keep their witch. Alright, here comes Bastion. Still some setup from the opponent. We go to 12. It's not so bad considering we do have the cram session. Let's get a Zagoth, Triome. Alright, at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next turn we can just play the Koma, you know? It's not that big of a deal. I think I'd rather just play it. Do want to thin our deck of lands a little bit. I'll do that before we cram session. So it looks like that's what we're doing this turn. Do I want the blue source? Yeah, sure. We'll cram. We have 4 mana left after we cram session. Kind of like Mascot Exhibition here a little bit. It's like, I don't know. They do have a lot on board. Guess I'll get Containment Breach. So we won't get a guy out of it, but that's fine. At least we can blow up their Bastion. That seemed like a good enough turn, you know? They still have a bunch of cards in their hand, which I don't love, but we get Koma next turn, so... You know, hopefully they don't just have Heartless Act, which would, you know, suck butts. Here comes Sedgemoor Witch. Uh-oh. Well, we get another binding. Is it worth it, dude? Is it worth it to binding? Is it worth it to binding the Sedgemoor? We go to 10, 7. We go to 7. Now, if they plumb next turn, 1, 2, 3, they draw 4. We don't take any damage. They don't have the Bastion, so they just get a board, you know? It's not really that big of a deal. But they also get to attack. But I guess if we Koma, it's no guarantee they don't have a removal spell, is it? And then we'll take 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and then 4 if we want to remove the Sedgemoor Witch. So, and then we'll die. We'll die to whatever they put on board this turn. I think it's right to binding. Yes. I know it costs life that I don't have all of in the world. Well, yeah, I'll do that. Just so we don't stress our Triomes too hard when we do cast the Koma. And then Foretell. Alright, so we'll see if that was the correct line in a second. What up, Cherry Daddy? What up, Dr. Awesome? Good to have you in here. Yeah, this appears to be CGB Witherbloom. Someone called it out in chat. This appears to be that deck. Okay, they got Necrotic Fumes. So that's a bummer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course. Crap. At least we get a creature before they confumes it, you know? So there's that. I hate that Fumes is exile because we can't get the Koma back. How many cards are we? We're 18 cards in, and this is the only big dude we've seen. Which is not necessarily typical. But we should get a 3/3 out of this deal, unless they have Heartless Act. If it's a CGB deck, though, I don't know that they play Heartless Act. About to find out. If they can remove it before we get a 3/3, we go to like 3 this turn. And that is going to suck. Maybe they have another Bastion. Another Bastion would be pretty crappy, too. Oh, they plumb. Neat. Interesting. You know, doing that, though, means that they can't Necrotic Fumes unless they have enough mana and creatures to do it. But this will give them enough mana and creatures. The thing is, they don't, they won't be able to, like, Tend the Pest, or not Tend the Pest, but whatever this is. Pest Summoning and Necrotic Fumes in the same turn. They get another Fumes. We get our 3/3. That's good. I'll take a little bit of value. Have a handful of cards. They really wanted their Bastion out for that play, but thank God we got the Containment Breach from our sideboard. Alright, they're doing some thinking here. The revealed cards window needs to go away faster. That's my take. Alright, they start their turn with Eye Twitch. They can now Fumes, which might be their entire turn. Yep, looks like it. Also, they don't get the Dies trigger on an Eye Twitch, which I guess is good. They don't get card advantage. Now, let's draw something real nice here. We can filter our draw with Hunt for Specimens. That's good to remember. It's not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can Hunt for Specimens Mascot Exhibition. That's a thing we can do. And I kind of like the idea behind that. I think I like it more than gambling this draw away on, you know, in hopes that we draw a Koma that we can't cast with our available mana. Actually, we could. So there's that. Yep, let's just go full on board presence. Let's also keep this land in our hand in case we draw something with Learn next turn and we want to draw cards. Let's go in, baby. We can turn it around. We can turn this one around. They have so many cards in their hand, though. They have so many cards, dude. Like, they could combo off in the next couple of turns, and we don't really have an answer. So, you have sacked a token to tap his other black source? Yeah, I guess I could have. That's true. Good call on that. Oh, Flea's here, everybody. He announces his presence with 1,000 bits. Greetings from Appleton, Wisconsin. Only in to say hi, back to vacation now. Here on vacation in Appleton, Wisconsin. Usually Flea, he's a truck driver, so usually Flea is all over the place. But even on your vacation from truck driving, you're in Appleton, Wisconsin, of all places. Good to have you for a second, Flea, and I appreciate your bits, dude. All right, so Dina into a Pest Summoning. I'm going to try to finish us with triggers here, it looks like. Mana open. Nothing else, though. All right, we get an Unbreakable Bond. Where are all of our big dudes, man? Let's get some big guys. Want some big boys. Guess we can come in with a 3/2 as well. Well, let's just come in with the 3/3. They can make Dina big enough to kill this guy, but I don't think they're going to do it. Keep the 3 power creature to block Dina. We also have a Pest to gain life, which is good. That's good. Village Rites. That's great. That's a really good play. They go to 10, we're at 6. Hold on. Hold on. This is a big turn for them. Real big turn. If we live through this turn, we might compulse. Oh, it's a veto. Jeez. Yuck. Gross. If we live this turn, we should try and draw Vorinclex. Let's do that. Alright, they sacrifice this guy. We go to 2. Alright, so they don't have any more mana. Looks like we get a turn. Lands. Lands. Let's push in, baby. Block there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah. Good game, opponent. Very good game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll end up at 6 here. I'm just going to go ahead and say good game. I don't know why they haven't gone ahead and just done it. Hey! Huh. We won. How did we win that? They were at 11. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Is this trample? No. 0. Huh. It counts as a win. Garuda! Okay. Okay. I'll take Garuda, baby. That's not too bad. Let's drop a Zagot Trio. Man, I think we've gone first in like most of our games tonight. There's the other land I wanted. And I did. I wanted it really bad. Savai Triome to start. Huh. Interesting. If I cram session, what would I get? It's like, do we hold the Eliminate up this turn? Yeah, I think I'll wait on the cram session. Probably. Jeskai Galazeth was sweet. Yeah, it is a sweet deck. I should have just played that deck tonight. Probably. I think that would have been a little bit better. Professor of Symbology. I hear some people call it Symbiology. That's not. There's no I in it. There's not a single I in that card anywhere. Not anywhere on the card is there an I. Literally not a single word in the name. Let's drop a forest. I think I want to hold up Field Trip here. Hold up Field Trip. Hold up Divide by 0. the decision was, do we play Field Trip or Divide? Problem is they might not play anything on turn 3 here. Because they're a Garuda deck. Yeah, they just buy Garuda. So there was just that turn was worth literally nothing to me. But it was worth something to them. And that's not good. I want blue source. You have binding, but Garuda's going to pick something else up. So we got to be able to deal with two things. Eventually, when Garuda does come down. But, you know. Wanted to hold up Divide for this turn. Discard any number of cards and draw that many cards. If there are 70 more cards in your graveyard, create a blah blah. Alright, yeah, sure. Divide by 0. Well, actually, their big play is Garuda, right? Well, no. Yeah, let's divide. Let's divide by 0. Then I think I might drop the Field Trip. Get an Unbreakable Bond. Where's our big guys? Where are the big boys? All right. There's another binding. Well, I did say we needed to deal with two things. So, there we have it. Illuminate History. My God. They really want to get this card off. But why? You know? They discarded the Garuda. They have a Returned Pass Caller in their deck. Morag. So we are up against the jank. I don't think there's any doubt that we are up against the jank. Let's get a binding. I mean, this will get the... Wow. This will get one of the lands that we need to cast the Koma. Man. What are you doing over there? I'm interested in it, whatever it is. If we're going to lose games, let's lose them to jank, dude. Thwart, yes. Yes! And then you get the Thwart back with the Return Pass Caller. Oh, that's dope! That is super dope! I like that! Yes! Oh, you got a Vorinclex! Super cool! Super cool! I love all of that. Oh! Oh! My goodness! Yikes. Oh, but we can't do anything with it because of Vorinclex! Oh, sick! Oh, sick! Yes! Yes, opponent! Oh, dude, are we building that? Are we building that one now? I think we are. Holy crap. Arena Flood. I guess I've flooded in real life a number of times, but not as much as I tend to on Arena, man. When top decks matter, that's when you flood. Zagoth Triome to start here. This isn't a bad hand. Not at all. I like 3 removal spells. Man, is this the only deck we're going to play against tonight, bro? Help me. Help me help you. I'm just going to main phase kill this Dina. I don't like tricks. Fun for specimens. I get a pest summoning. Is this really the only deck tonight? Is this the one? Yeah, I think I'll just take Island Field Trip. Do I want necrotic fumes here? I think I might. It's actually kind of a tough one, isn't it? I'm going to dump the pathway and try again. We get an unbreakable bond. Where are all of our big boys tonight, man? Need some big boys. Bastion. I thought about getting Containment Breach for specifically that reason, too. Oh, wow, we got the Clearwater that we dumped last turn. That's fun. Arena's doing really fun stuff tonight. Let's just kill the binding, or kill the Bastion with the binding, rather. Think of how much more quickly we would have lost so many games tonight if our opponent got to keep their Bastion out. I love to see Bastion, though, man. This was my preview card, and I was super excited about it for, whatever set it's in. There's a Koma. We might as well just play the stupid thing at this point. It's like we have enough, right? Foretell this. Still have enough for an eliminate, and then we can just Koma next turn. And then we have 2 reanimation spells for the Koma, so that, hopefully, if all goes crazy here, we should still be doing okay. Do I want to eliminate 17, 16, 13? I can go to 13. That's fine. 13's not a terrible life total. Play some. Play something I can eliminate. It's not good enough. They get a pest summoning, which is fine. Get a pest summoning? Oh my god. Why haven't we drawn a Shadow's Verdict ever? We have yet to draw one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can hunt for specimens, drop the Koma, and then return. Or Unbreakable Bond, which gives it lifelink. I like that. Let's try it this way. See if they have a Heartless Act. Well, I guess it's got a lifelink counter on it, so they can't Heartless Act it either. But they might have something. Mortality Spear. Yeah, Mortality Spear. Oh, we still get a 3/3. God, it sucks. Sucks. But we can return it next turn. Maybe we should always do Return Upon the Tide first. God. All the answers from the opponent here. All the answers. Go to 8. There's a Koma. Well, you know, I should learn from my mistakes and just play this Koma. But I really want to hunt and Koma again, like in the same turn. I'd like to do that. But nah, we'll just play the Koma, right? We'll just play the Koma. 5, 6. Our opponent can't kill us next turn, so let's just try and play it, and then we have a reanimation spell. Are you serious? Okay. They have something, though. It's stuck there for a moment. So, Sedgemoor Witch. They don't have enough mana to Bastion. They can Plum, though, which is probably what they're looking for here. If we eliminate the Sedgemoor Witch, it's going to cost us some life that I would like to have. They Plum just a couple of guys. Back up to 4 cards. Land drop, Eye Twitch. Nice. Just nice. Really good turn. Really good turn. Drawing lands. Drawing lands. Let's hunt. Thinking about taking environmental sciences here. Could also take pest summoning. But, well, yeah, I like that actually. See, this makes it a little bit more palatable. Pest Summoning makes it a little bit more palatable to pay the 3 life here. They're still going to have one more creature than us. If all stays the same. They just drew a bunch of cards. Hunt. Necrotic. They're going to get Necrotic Fumes. Take out the Koma. Well. Yep. Alright, so there goes Koma. There's another one in the yard though, right? Yeah. So we can return upon the tide that one. I should have come in for Lifeink. I should have just done it when I had the chance. That would have been the thing to do. Cram Session is actually really good. That's fantastic, actually. Turn the Koma. We'll have enough for Sciences, which is great. Well, you got something for this? What do we need? Doesn't really matter, does it? Let's get black. That way, if we get a Binding of the Titans or Binding of the Old Gods later, we still have forests, you know. Coming in for a single shot here. Yeah, no blocks. I didn't think we'd get blocks here. It's like, I wonder how many Necrotic Fumes they carry in their board. Because Fumes is really good against us. How many cards are left in our deck? Alright, we're 1/3 of the way through. God, Plum. I'm going to draw a grip full of cards here at the end of our turn. That sucks. They're going to have 6 cards when they start their turn. Just resolve all. Just do it. We've drawn a similar, well, not drawn a similar amount of cards. We've seen a similar amount of cards from our decks. Alright, so let's see if this goes off without a hitch. If it doesn't, we can tap. Okay. Alright, so opponent kind of looking over their brand new grip of cards here. God, that sucks. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh, no. What do we do about that? Oh, God, Bastion. Oh, God. Oh, it's happening. It's happening, y'all. We absolutely must draw Shadow's Verdict. $40 cards left in the deck. There's only 2 in the deck, so, I mean, a 1 in 20 chance of drawing it is not very high. It's a divide by 0. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so we divide by 0. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool, so we can get rid of this Ayara. We have to target the Ayara, though. That's the problem. Well, I guess we can target the Bastion. Yeah. Let's target the Bastion. So it has to be a thing greater than 1, so you can't target a token with Divide, which would be pretty cool, if you could. Alright, we can get a Fumes here, right? That's tough. Yeah. It's out one of the 1/1s. They have 2 mana left. They're going to Village Rites the Ayara. Very nice. Sucks. It doesn't get exiled. I could use an exile right about now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have 7 creatures. 6 now. 5 now. Screw it. Yeah, just come on. Come on, baby. Let's press the advantage. We're in the driver's seat right now. For the moment. They're going to untap and be in the driver's seat. But for now, let's see what we can do. Because we're still going to have 4 creatures out. If we get the Koma trigger. Which we should. Yep. Cool. Alright. So, we're turning it around here. They Bastion. That'll take some mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They still have all the mana in the world. But they still have to... They're still rebuilding here, you know? Dina! Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you have 1 mana left here. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Didn't want to land, though. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. They really like to keep you at 50% of the cards you've drawn are lands. I don't know why they do that. That means there's a bunch of cards down here that aren't lands. Of these 37 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 out of 24, 37 cards left. So, yeah. A ridiculous amount of those cards aren't lands. Alright, well. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6 creatures to block, but that might not be enough, right? I mean, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, and we're dead. So, they have to block, though. 5, 10, 15, let's see. That's 15, 21. They can gain 4 life, so they go up to 12. They block, 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 block. That's 4 creatures, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9 damage they take. But they go up to 12. I really should probably just all out here, right? Or at least do that. If they block the pests, I gain life. So that's something to think of. I think I might rather do it like this. But they won't block the pests. I'll leave a pest up to block, and one of these will be less. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, that hurts. That hurts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, try that. We'll try it that way. It's like I think I may have missed lethal on all outing here. But I'm worried about the life they gain from these. Because I think the life they gain from these makes it to where I can't all out here. I'm fairly certain. They're having to rethink the math. Alright. See if we're dead. We very well may be here. Yeah, that's good game. Good game, opponent. It's like, that's the thing, is like, if we'd all out, it'd have been even worse, I think. Because the opponent's at 15 at the end of that, so... Yeah, that was a tough one. Let him set up. It's like the Plumb the Forbidden 2 turns before that drew them 5 cards was the turning point on that one. That was the turning point on that one. That allowed them access to the Ayara and the Bastion and the Dina. It was just really sick once they got all the stuff they needed.